Alrighty, welcome back everybody to the Tradewaiters podcast, the comic book club where we read a different Christmas trade paperback every single week, or every year. Every year. I'm Daniel, you're Nathan, you're Rena, we're fam, we read comics.
Our most recurring guest, back again. Welcome, Serena.
What can I say?
For our Christmas book. Yay, Christmas.
Yay, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Always a happy time anytime you're reading a Christmas story.
Happy holidays.
Especially
if you do
this
something
one.
else.
Yeah. You're always here. You're always bothering us to get
book
on.
Of the year.
I know.
We're the Deviant. And we also have a little Christmas exchange later. You know,
Ooh,
maybe
is it an exchange?
Maybe Daniel. Maybe I'm going to exchange a gift for Daniel. Maybe I won't. Who knows?
Anyway, we got different time codes in our description. We got the book, which is The Deviant. We got Back Matter Matters in the poll list, but we start with what, Rena?
The news.
The news. Let's see.
Are you prepared for that? Are you prepared for news?
I'm a little prepared for news. You'd be surprised.
You know Criminal?
I am aware of it, yeah.
Getting new printings of the trades and their new editions.
Cool.
They're doing them different somehow, but the book's the same. Outside is different. Coming in January.
That's confusing.
Yeah, you know, they
Like,
just...
I've never really read Criminal.
I know.
Is it like each trade is something different? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like an anthology, but I think they interconnect eventually. But I'm not sure. I only read like the first trade.
How confusing.
Yeah, if you don't read it, yeah, I'm sure it's very confusing.
Daniel, are you familiar with the comic book and TV show Invincible?
Yep.
Well, Robert Kirkman and Ryan Otley, the team that's on Invincible, the comic, they're doing a new Invincible Universe spin-off Invincible book called Invincible Universe Battle Beast. It's going to be a prequel spin-off.
About Battle Beast?
About Battle Beast. And specifically between issues 19 and 55 of the original series, where Battle Beast is just going on a quest trying to find an opponent strong enough to kill him.
Perfect.
So he's just running around.
Love it.
Trying to beat people up. So that's pretty cool. The original team back. That's
very
big.
exciting, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what he was going to be doing. That is cool. They have like other Invincible Universe stuff. They even have like an ongoing called like Invincible Universe that I never really got to because...
That's ongoing?
It's not out. It might be like a... Yeah. But it wasn't always like Kirkman writing, you know,
okay.
and so it was just kind of a bummer
Gotcha.
for me personally. But
Serena,
that
do you
is very
remember?
cool.
You watched the Invincible show, right? Mm-hmm. Do you remember the big beast guy?
He's
like
the
a
lion dude.
looking dude, and he was beating up Invincible in the first season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay, all right.
Bruh.
Don't gaslight her.
I thought you were saying more, so I was just listening.
Oh, okay, no. I think it's referring to like after he leaves, he's like, "This sucks, I'm leaving," and then I guess he just goes to try and fight people.
Yeah.
I think it's around where issue 19 was or whatever in the book. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Original team. Love to see some Ryan Otley stuff.
Speaking of Invincible, the season 3 trailer dropped. It has a lot of spoilers, so if you don't want that, don't watch it. But
Okay, well, I watched it and I was like, this looks cool. Because I haven't read the book all the way through.
yeah.
So I was like, yeah, this
I was
looks
like,
like
ooh.
looks like a lot of good action. And so I didn't even know what I was looking at, I guess.
Yeah, I guess if you know what you're looking at, there's a lot of spoilers.
But then you know that it's not a spoiler because you already read it.
Yeah, I guess. you decide who you trust more, me or Nathan.
Did you like the first season or second season more?
First, I think the half of like the second season was just like, man, I'm really sad my dad beat up all those people.
True.
Which like makes a lot of
Pussy.
sense, you know?
Yeah.
Because like that's pretty tragic. So you need to have time like processing that. It'd be weird if he was like cool with it after like the first episode or whatever. But I think they've set themselves up for a pretty cool season 3. So I'm excited. Comes in February.
Oh my gosh.
I think
That's so soon.
February, March. Yeah. Which is pretty soon compared to the space we had from the first and second season.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Very cool.
You got any news, Rena?
I have 2, but it's not like anything crazy.
Okay, all right, let's hear
And
it.
you already like the post, so. But Jeremy Allen White has been casted to play Jabba the Hutt's son in The Mandalorian.
No way.
Yeah, look it.
Dude, it kind of looks like him.
It's like
Wait, that's the. I'm just kidding.
he's voicing. It's like Rada the Hutt or something.
Rada.
Yeah.
He had a son.
Yeah.
Who did he bag?
Another
Hut.
Yeah.
And then
Whoa.
there's another one, but it's Chris Evans has been casted in a mystery role for Avengers, and he's gonna be Doomsday.
Wait, who was cast?
Chris Evans.
Oh, he's gonna be Doomsday.
Yeah,
What does
in a
that mean?
mystery role.
Okay, in Doomsday.
Oh, in Avengers Doomsday. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I was like, because like Doomsday is like a Superman villain. I'm like, wait a minute.
Avengers.
That's good news. That's more news than I had.
It sounds like Captain America probably.
Evil Captain America.
Ooh.
Deeper voice, Captain America.
He's got a flat ass. And he's evil. What if he just like has a huge bulge instead of just a big ass? It's just opposite. So then what else you got, Daniel?
Nathan, you like The Thing?
Yeah. Fantastic Four?
Yep.
Thing? Yeah.
There's a new mini series for The
cool.
Thing coming from Tony Fleeks
Nice.
and Leonard Kirk, coming out March 5th. There'll be 5 issues.
It's just called The Thing?
Yep.
Okay, nice. I think the last thing to come out of The Thing was like a noir story. And he's like
Yeah.
wearing his like trench coat and detective hat thing.
Last thing I saw, it was just like, it seemed like a fun kind of thing, but the fucking covers like were like nightmare fuel.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that at all.
I'll show you one. I hate looking at it, and so I kind of hate that I'm looking it up. But
Nightmare film. What is it?
I'll find it.
It's called The Thing, I guess. The Thing new comic book series.
Is it a villain?
No, The Thing like from Fantastic Four, the big rock guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's just called. It was Clobbering Time. I remember that.
Really? I don't even remember that. That was recent?
2023. So this is the cover I hate the most.
What the hell? I don't remember that at all.
Is that terrible?
Yeah, it's gross. It's like his stones are coming out.
I remember last episode you were talking about how like the holes.
Dude, it was terrible editing that.
Oh.
I was like, I'm gonna be fucking sick.
Oh God, really? Oh my God.
I got so upset doing it.
From our
I don't think I have anything that like upsets me like that.
Yeah. From our Shiver episode. I showed Sophie that that terrible panel where he's like squeezing his face and there's a bunch of like pimple juice coming out. And she like was actually disturbed by it. She's like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
And I was like, yeah, this book's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
So,
that was. Who thinks of that shit, bro?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Sick man.
Yeah.
Mr. Ito. But that's all the news I had. I only had the one thing.
Same.
Cool.
What did we read this week, Rena?
The Deviant.
We did.
Did you read the Deviant?
Yeah, I did. I just forgot what it was
By
called.
James Tynion the Fourth. On writing, art and color by Joshua Hixson. Lettering by Hassan Oatsmain El How.
Yes.
Nathan's favorite letterer. His favorite letterer's name to say.
Yeah. He's a good letterer.
He did fine.
Yeah.
Designed by Tyler Boss.
I know.
I thought this looked cool.
It
I'm like,
was-
this is a good design.
I
is
love the
really good
colors.
design.
I love the colors.
Yeah. And the guy that I guess did the design for the book, which is probably just like all the pages before you get into the actual like comic and shit, he normally does like art for a couple different books, and we've had him on this podcast. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, big flex, you know.
Yeah, big
Whoa,
flex.
really? That's
Yeah, the
crazy.
designer of the
The designer of this book that we're reading. But we had him on for...
Don't you have a Joshua Hixson
I do.
like sketch?
I have both a Joshua Hixson sketch of Robert Pattinson's Batman in his Batcave,
All right.
and I have a Tyler Boss commission of Iron Fist.
Mm.
So I got
Wait,
some I
Money
got
bags
some-
over here.
You had him here?
No, on like Zoom.
Yeah.
Oh.
Over
He
Zoom.
lives in like Buffalo.
He's really cool though. I thought he was
That's
really fun.
crazy.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
to watch that. Do you know what episode it was?
That was before we had video, but it was called
Dead Dogs Bite.
Dead Dogs Bite. No dogs die. Just a
What?
proclaimer. Because it's called Dead Dogs Bite.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there are no dogs that die in that story.
Yep.
Anyway, what'd you think of this book?
Really puts you in the Christmas spirit.
Oh yeah.
I know. I told Grammy, I was like, oh yeah, we're reading a Christmas comic, but I was like, I don't have the heart to tell her that it's a horror.
Yeah, he
one.
murders children.
Yeah, like.
What if like she goes and watches the episode?
I
She's
know.
like,
I know. I should have told her. Like immediately when I left her house, I was like, damn it.
She subscribed.
Yeah, true.
You made her subscribe
I
and
know.
forced her to watch
I
this.
know.
I'm sure
You're
she
welcome.
watches like murder shows or whatever.
Grammy, if you're listening, the book is delightful. Just shut off the episode now.
Go watch something else like Frankenstein or something.
But I liked it a lot. It had very David Fincher vibes, you know? It was very dark and dreadful. And I thought it's kind of hard to accomplish that in like a book, just like in general.
Yeah.
And then let alone like a Christmas book. You know?
It felt very like authentic crime, I would say.
Yeah.
So I liked it a lot. I think this is Joshua Hixson's best work for sure. Because he's been on this book called The Plot.
Did he do The Closet?
No, that's Gavin Guidry.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds like it. What's that a comic book about?
The Closet? I don't know. Dan's the only one that read it.
It's like this kid who's like scared of his closet, and there's like a monster in his closet, but his parents like keep checking the fucking closet, and the monster's not there. But it's not very good.
What
The
a
first
novel
issue is
concept.
really good, but like the rest of it just like ends kind of shitty. But
Yeah.
also by this guy.
Joshua Hixson, he did this book called The Plot, which had this like Swamp Thing looking monster that was in it. That was kind of freaky. But he did this pirate book called Shanghai Red. And it was like about this like girl that wanted to be a pirate. And so she like cut off her hair and acted like a boy, and she was being a pirate. Which is kind of cool. And that book's pretty solid as well. But this, I think he's really good in this. So what do you think, Serena? Did you like it?
Yeah, I really liked it. I said, I like the colors that they use, and especially like the first page.
Oh yeah.
That like, I was like,
it's him doing like all of the art on it, other than like the lettering on it.
It's really
It's
nice.
really, really impressive.
Yeah.
I think. But,
I liked it. Yeah, overall.
Very spooky.
Spooky.
So let's get into it. So it opens like in Christmas time, Chicago 2023, and we're introduced to Michael and his boyfriend Derek, and they're kind of walking around the mall, and Michael feels a little bit off. And then in Milwaukee, 1973, it's Christmas time. There's a lady that she like works at the mall, and she goes back into the mall because she forgot something. And so she goes into the mall after it closes and finds a man who's like mutilated, and he's like dying on Santa's chair. And so it's like a big scary reveal.
Dude, department stores in the dark.
So scary.
Fucking terrifying.
There should be more horror games in that setting.
When you close at like a department store and you're like the last one out,
Yeah.
anyone could be anywhere.
Dude,
you know?
when the
Literally.
Xbox One came out and I was working at the Microsoft store in like the mall, we had a midnight release. And so I had to leave like after midnight, after everyone was gone.
The whole mall?
The whole mall was fucking closed, dude.
Yeah,
Isn't
every
there a
time
back
at
door?
Foot Locker, we would always be like the last store to leave.
Yeah.
And like literally all the lights were down. Like
Why would you be the
not
last
even.
store to leave?
I don't know. I think
Folding all the shoes.
I don't know. It just we had to fix every single like clothing item there, and people are just, especially around Christmas time,
Like it's all crazy.
people are like
Savages.
ruthless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they're very scary at night. And at the Chandler Mall, they have like those automated, like the automated cleaners that looks like you could sit on there if you wanted to. Like you could drive it, but it also just goes by itself. Those are kind of eerie, like
Yeah.
by themselves.
I wouldn't know. I thought it was just going by itself.
Yeah.
There's like fucking mannequins, dude. Like,
Yeah, the
looking at
mannequins
you
in
and
here.
shit.
I really like how he builds up suspense because it's a lot of like very quiet shots, and you're like, it's very quiet right now. What's going to happen? And then there's like the shots of the mannequins, or even like with how dark it is, he does a lot of really clever coloring. Like there's still this look of shock on her face, and it's still like this like red on her. So I think it's really cool.
Yeah. He's awesome.
Have you seen the mannequins at like Macy's and shit that have like the weird ass poses?
Oh yeah,
I think those are so funny. Anyway, sorry.
they're doing something crazy.
Yeah.
In the present day, when Michael, he's like having like a crisis about like wrapping paper.
Yeah,
I guess he's terrible at wrapping or
He's
some
I used
shit
to be
like that.
So good.
Yeah, and he's like venting about it, and then like his boyfriend's like, "How does that make you feel?" I'm like, "Like, what is this conversation?"
I'd be like, shut the fuck up.
"Yeah."
I'll teach you.
I'd
Are
be
you my
like, "Oh
therapist?"
no!" Little children do this.
It is
like,
a weird thing to have like a weird sort of sadness about, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like
break down about.
Sarah would never be like, how does that make you feel? She'd be like, okay.
That's a good partner.
Yeah, exactly. Get you one of those.
So somewhere else, the cops are investigating a barn during a snowstorm, and they go inside and they find two boys that have been tied up, and they've been kind of, I don't know, fucked up in their crotch area, I guess. Some shit's been cut out.
They're hung up and wrapped like a Christmas tree.
And they've been posed like a Christmas tree. Like their arms are up tied to a post, and there's fucking ornaments around them and lights. It's very interesting. Like I never thought about the creativity of posing a body like a Christmas tree. Mm-hmm. So it's just like a fucked up idea.
I hope you would have never thought about that.
Yeah, that's true. But it's just an interesting.
I've always wanted this.
I love this.
I never knew I wanted this.
And so one cop sees the killer leave the scene and he chases after him. But since it's kind of in a snowstorm, he gets separated from the other cops. And he sees the killer up close, and the killer is dressed in a Santa Claus costume with like a mannequin face on. And it's very freaky.
He's very bloody.
And I really love this like double page spread because there's a lot of like open space in there. And for some reason that makes it freaky. But I don't even know why. It's like, why do you have pretty much this whole
void of darkness?
Well,
this whole left, it just feels so open and like anything could just come out at you.
That's why in scary movies, remember that in Long Legs, remember when she's like in the corner and we're just staring at like the open kitchen? It's something about like what her mind, like it's something psychological.
Yeah, it must
like
be.
You're trying to fill in the gaps, like something's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
That's why it's shot like that, you know?
Yeah, it must be. Because if it's like fixed on somebody,
then that's all you're focusing on.
Yeah, then that you have all the information, it feels like maybe. But if it's out in the open like this, it seems very like
when freaky. I was in film class, like your eyes automatically go to the center of the like picture. So when it's off the side, it makes you want to just like your eyes want to wander.
Yeah. And so he has like a really good sense of that, I think. He's also good at putting just a bunch of snow on the page, which I appreciate. Yeah. But yeah, this is a really cool page. Big moment. And there's also lettering for when the cop's like on the ground and he's like, he hears the Santa killer approaching, and just the lettering is just like, it really sounds like snow in my head.
In my head, it's like
and I'm like,
genius.
Oh no, he's coming.
Genius.
So it's fun. But in Milwaukee, in the present 2023, for this book, Michael is interviewing the Santa killer. His name's Randall Orson, and he's now locked up in prison. Michael interviews Randall for a comic that he's writing about the whole Santa killer situation. They call him the Deviant Killer. And we find out that Randall knew the boys that were killed. We find out Randall's gay, and he claims that he wasn't the one that killed the boys. And then Randall pins Michael as gay, and he's like, you're gay too. Like his gaydar goes off, and he's like, you're gay.
Yeah.
Which I think is funny. And then Randall does admit to taking pictures of the boys without their knowledge, but he was not the one that hurt them. So it's 50 years after this incident, and he's still claiming that he's innocent. And I really enjoy the flow of this conversation because I felt like I read through the book pretty fast, and I didn't notice that this first issue was like 50 pages.
Yeah.
And something about just like their conversation, it really feels like he took a lot of inspiration from like Silence of the Lambs, where just them talking to each other, it's interesting inherently because it's like, is he telling the truth? Is he not? Does he have some other ulterior motive here?
Yeah.
To like accept this conversation? Is he innocent? I think
this is probably James Tynion's like best paced book.
I agree.
That I've read from him.
Yeah. Like it's cool that it doesn't start with Randall screaming like, "Oh, I'm innocent. You have to believe me." It's like I've just kind of he's been
locked up like 50 years. Yeah. He doesn't think he's getting out.
Yeah, he's been jaded by this whole thing, and so now he's just kind of fucking with Michael, like the interviewer, and I appreciate that.
There's not a lot of extra conversation too, because I feel like in most of the comic books we read, there's like a lot of extra like conversation that like didn't even need to be there.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what made it flow a little bit better.
Yeah, he's good at working in like the character development parts of it into his conversation,
which is
apparently
hard to do because it doesn't happen a lot.
Because people need to make entire other scenes that could be cut out if you needed to, but just to like give some context on who these characters are. So to have it be part of the exposition is really good. But Michael leaves the prison, gets into the car with Derek, his boyfriend, and says the conversation seemed familiar. which is a bad thing to say, I feel like, after that kind of conversation. And then meanwhile in Chicago at the same time, an elf that stayed late at the mall is confronted by the Santa Killer. So what does that mean? Is the Santa Killer not Randall? You know, what's going on there?
Is he still out there?
Is he still out there after
Is there
50
a
years?
copycat?
Yeah, what could it be? And I think it's kind of silly that he was just hiding behind the door.
That's terrifying, dude.
It was like
Dude.
terrifying to see him in the window, but then when you take a step back, you're like, he just hid behind the door.
Literally.
Like when he was setting this up, he's like, oh, I know. And he just, he like,
Wait.
he opens
And
the
then,
door
like-
like on top of him. He's like, I'm just going to wait there. So like, it's kind of creepy, but kind of silly at the same time.
Yeah.
But here's what I don't understand. The lettering is the same in this mall where there's no snow as it is.
So, but it's like
The
by his
blood
head.
sound.
So I think it's almost like maybe he's just like.
Is that him breathing?
I think it's like
Oh yeah, it's like a Devator thing.
It could be like
it's in a mask.
Oh, that must be what it is then. It sounded like such good snow.
Because it's kind of like a
lettering.
Jabberwocky mask with the eyes cut out, and then there's like little like paint on like the cheeks.
Yeah.
you know. So I
guess-
guess he's just breathing really heavily.
I guess the beard goes over his mouth too, so
like-
he's probably not breathing very well.
That's what he's trying
like
to
a
do.
pug.
Yeah, I like that better. That makes sense.
I'll do sound effects
Because I guess the lettering is when we first see him, it's around his head as well.
maybe when the cop was in the snow, that's what it was. But then
Yeah,
they
he
used
heard the breathing approaching.
Then they use the same. Oh,
Yeah,
I guess
because in here it's around his head
that
too.
could also be snow too. So they could have done something else.
Yeah. Well, when I was like, it's kind of interesting that the lettering's by his head, but I figured they were trying to like lead our eyes to how creepy like the mannequin mask is. But now that I see him breathing in this mall, I just assume it's breathing. you
Yeah.
know?
I hated like every time like an issue ended, you just got this like dopey.
I know.
literally.
sound.
I was like,
I'm like,
misprint.
fuck, it's over.
It's a jump scare. It's like, oh my god, he's there. It's like, ah!
So that's what I had to go off of when picking this book.
Off that first issue.
Yeah, the first issue.
really compelling.
I'm
I would
like,
say.
oh, this is sweet.
Yeah, it's cool.
I waited so long to read that.
I know, because I enjoy James Tynion stuff most of the time, but I feel like
There's a
recently,
lot of it.
Yeah, there's a lot. He does a lot of stuff.
There's
so-
some stuff that I've like dabbled in, and I'm like, God, this is a lot. And just
Yeah.
like, it's not like the densest stuff that we've read, but like
he just has
you
so
have to
much
put
of
like
it.
some time to, get through some
Enjoy
of
it,
the stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, like try and catch
like
up.
I enjoyed the Nice House on the Lake, that first trade.
Yeah, that
But
was a
you
little
have to read it.
confusing.
You have to read it all at once because there's so many characters. But I think this is it's impressive that he's been putting out so many books recently,
This is
including
probably
this
his
one.
best thing since like Something's Killing the Children,
Yeah, I would agree.
I'd say,
Mm.
as far as just readability, I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
But he does like good ideas and they sells really well. So
Yeah, true. So issue 2, Michael is conflicted about making the comic book in general because he's not really sure what it'll be about. And then he's like, maybe it's about me.
Well, dude, is the comic we're reading
The comic.
the comic that he's making?
Is he the
Did
Santa
he
Killer?
make it already?
Okay, here's the thing with James.
Is James
Tynion.
Tynion the killer?
Every single James Tynion main character looks like James Tynion. He like literally looks like this, I feel like, except with a beard. He's just a white dude with like general, just kind of somewhat flowy brown hair and glasses. The same character in Something is Killing the Children is this, but a child. It's like a just white dude, brown hair, glasses. And I'm like, is he just literally putting himself in every book? Because it feels
Honestly,
like this is the...
he's cooking with that. I would
Maybe.
do that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, if you
you
can.
kind of have to see yourself in
feel
some
like-
roles.
Yeah,
Or
which,
some,
which
like,
is fair.
characters.
But I don't know. If I see like a third book where the main character is a white dude with brown hair and glasses, I'm going to freak out.
Cross out.
I'd have to look.
I think in Department of Truth, it's
in
like
the
a
Nice
blonde
House on the
dude.
Lake, the weird alien dude looked exactly like this.
I don't. There's an alien in that.
Yeah, the weird alien dude that has a spinny face. Remember that guy? He was the one that invited them all to the Nice House on the Lake.
Nice House. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like this.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
I would do that. I would do like Easter eggs and shit.
I guess, but after a certain point, it's like, come on.
But also, I don't think like Derek, like necessarily looks like a main character. I guess. Like
If you make him the main character, it'd be
yeah,
fine.
I guess so.
Anyway, Michael's conflicted about making the comic. And he's like, maybe it's about me. And then in Milwaukee, Michael meets Paul, who's the cop that was kind of attacked by the Deviant Killer
At the farm.
at the farm.
He was
in the
axed
snow.
in the face.
He's axed in the face. He doesn't have a fucking eyeball anymore, I think. And during the course of their conversation, Paul goes from very friendly to very hostile when he finds out Michael's gay.
I
And
like how they added. Never mind.
no, the way that they like reveal it, I think it's kind of funny at first, and then they really like focus in on it a couple more times, which I don't feel like is necessary. It's just kind of funny at the same time.
Yeah.
Because in their conversation, he's like, "Yeah, I don't know if like Derek would, wait for me to marry him." And then Paul's like, "Derek," and then Michael's like, "Derek." And then there's this like quiet ass panel where like the wife is bringing in some coffee, and I'm like, "Ooh, the tension in that room is high."
Because you can see his face go from laughing to just
because he's so
serious.
like happy, and he's like, "I bet you're surprised I fucking decorate for Christmas because I got an axe in the face on Christmas."
Yeah.
By Santa.
By Santa, yeah. So you'd think I'd want to avoid it. And then when he opens up his laptop, there's like a little rainbow. And then you just see in Paul's face, it's like, I don't like this guy. He's gay like that Santa guy.
Yeah.
And then there's,
he got
an ambiguously red mug. That could be anything, though.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, after he like figures out that Michael's gay, he has this like quick flashback sequence to his last interaction with the gay guy, I assume, which is just the Santa, the Deviant Killer.
Yeah.
And so I guess he just has this association with
he's like, "You must be the killer."
Yeah.
We were wrong.
He's like not homosexual. That means he's gay. He's gay. No, homophobic.
Yeah.
Because he had this interaction. So it's crazy. So later Michael goes back to prison to interview Randall some more, and we find out that Paul beat the shit out of Randall before he ended up going to prison, because they interacted at some point, and he's like, "Yeah, I remember that guy." And then Michael admits that he won't write the comic that proves that he's innocent, but he wants to make a book on how he kind of sees himself in Randall, I guess. And then Randall appreciates that Michael's seeing through some of these allegations and kind of seeing him more as a person. So we get some interesting conversation there.
Kind of interesting.
Kind of a
like
premise,
yeah.
Because this guy's still kind of a bad guy, because he did admit to taking pictures of minors.
Yeah,
I would assume. So the whole premise is like, I don't really
like,
know who to root for.
Yeah, I'm like, we go with that.
Yeah. And then in Chicago, a detective investigates the murder that we saw at the end of the last book. And it's staged in the same way that the Deviant Killer does it, with the body tied to like some Christmas lights, posed like a Christmas tree. And
this dude is just ripping his jewel like the entire book.
Is that a jewel?
Yeah. He does not
That's so funny.
He does not put that bitch down.
Up when he's like,
yeah.
He does not let that bitch down like ever.
No, he does not.
Like, no one smokes it that much, do they?
That's aura though.
It's
Lynn
funny.
does.
It's like every other breath.
It's not funny. It's kind of funny to think about a detective, like a hard detective, just
with a jewel. Yeah.
With a jewel, just a vape.
Yeah.
Takes the edge off.
Long day.
Want some of this cotton candy juice?
Let me just rip my jewel real quick.
This is truly, man.
Tropical pineapple.
Did y'all notice he has painted fingers?
They mention it. I didn't notice that he had it in these, but yeah, he does have painted fingernails, which I assume comes up later. But anyway,
a lot of gay characters in
while
this.
they are investigating this Moida, they find a ID for Michael somewhere in that scene. So a little ominous. Seems like it was a little too easy to find. It was just sitting in a locker. So you'd think they would, if it, it seems like it was planted there. But what's going on there? We don't know. And then we get jump scared by Santa again between issues. So then issue 3, it's Milwaukee, 2023. Michael's boyfriend, Derek, is at work in a hospital. He's a nurse, I think. And he's talking to a coworker about how Michael just feels distant and lonely lately. And I guess they used to bond, kind of talking about serial killer stuff. And then we see Paul at his house watching the TV, and he finds out about the Santa killing on the news. And he's like, it's the Deviant Killer again. And then he gets a gun, and he's like, "Hey, wife, I'm going to get some drinks with the boys." And so he just puts a gun in his pants. So I think it's kind of funny that he clearly is watching Tucker Carlson.
Basically, yeah.
It's like, if you really need to drive home that he's like super Republican and homophobic. But it's funny that it was Tucker Carlson. Interesting choice. In 1973, we see what Paul went through after the Deviant Killer attack on him, where he's like freshly cut in the face. He's in the hospital. His cop buddies are like, "Hey, we didn't catch the guy, but we did have a lead on this guy named Randall, who's the manager of the 2 boys that were killed." And so Paul finds out where Randall lives. He goes to his house. He's like kind of questioning him. Randall's a little like freaked out about the whole situation.
Yeah, he's like not healed. Like it's a pretty fresh wound still. He's just going to interview people.
He's still like kind of bloody.
And he's not even like a detective.
He's not.
He's just a cop that was there.
Can you imagine seeing this fucking dude?
I'd be like, no, you can't come in.
Yeah.
The fuck?
No, you're gonna bleed all over my fucking nice house. My nice ass house, by the way. He's got a sick house.
Literally.
When did houses stop looking like this? Because I want mine to look like this.
The 80s.
For real.
That's sick. Now it's all fucking white.
You can have that if you want.
I'm going to.
Beige Christmas.
I'm gonna wear Randall's drip as well.
Literally.
I always think it's funny how a lot of times if there's like a patterned shirt in comics, they just kind of put the pattern like over it.
Yeah, there's the lady in the department store had like plaid on.
Yeah,
and
there's been a couple like plaid shirts and whatnot.
Do you remember that movie or that show? It was like
Ren and Stimpy.
No, Chowder.
I do remember Chowder.
You remember when like
Chowder's
when people
best.
walked around and they had like the pattern would move.
Pattern
Yeah.
stay. No, the pattern would stay there, but when the people move, the pattern looks like it's moving, and it's
so
like
upsetting.
I kind of like. I don't it, like visually. It kind of works, but I don't know why.
It makes sense, but it's just weird.
It is. It's a little drawing. You're like, huh, that's kind of fun. But
when I saw that, I like was digging to try and figure out what cartoon that was. You know,
it happens in a lot of like, I guess 90s cartoons. It happens in like Ren and
Chowder's
Stimpy.
like
Chowder was
2010.
like my.
Well, yeah, that's true. It was more yours, I guess.
Yeah.
I remember it happening early on.
It may have happened in like regular show or something. But
I think it happens with more like goofy
shows.
Yeah, goofy shows.
yeah, definitely Chowder though.
Yeah, that's a good show.
But I mean, because like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna do the pattern
All the
like
folds
on
and
all the
stuff?
folds, all different arms.
I don't know.
Like,
Give him like just a bright orange shirt, maybe instead of a
pattern one,
I
but
don't know. The pattern one works for him.
you can tell
this
that
is way
he's kind
groovier.
of
Yeah, it is very groovy. So anyway, Paul questions Randall at his house. Randall's like getting nervous. He's kind of upset when he's talking about the boys that he used to manage, you know. Paul goes to the bathroom, finds some gay porn magazines on his toilet, and then he's snooping around the house and he finds the pictures of the boys that were murdered by the Deviant Killer, which obviously seems pretty damning of evidence. And so he beats the shit out of Randall.
oh yeah, that's why he remembers him. Okay,
Yeah.
I was like, wait, beat him up.
So a couple things. I feel like Paul finding those pictures feels like such a big moment, and I like it because it's like this panel where we see like a close up on his face and there's this like weird, I don't know, like electricity thing going on behind him, like making that connection.
Yeah,
I think it's very good storytelling.
I thought it was like rage more than
It's
anything.
like rage and like an enraging like connection kind of deal. And then we get like the quick flashbacks to like what he just experienced. So he's obviously like pent up a lot of rage right now. And then Randall's like, officer, I can explain. It's like, what are you going to say in this situation? So, and then in the present, Derek, Michael's boyfriend, he's approached by the detective who vapes. And he's like,
the only detective.
the only detective that vapes. Or detective in general, I guess.
Yeah,
And he's like, where's your boyfriend at? Does he want to vape with me? Let's have a talk in a vape.
does he have a Juul charger? Because I've been hitting this shit all day.
I think it's USB-C. I don't know. I came to Chicago to find you. So yeah, things are ramping up in the present. So issue 4, it's December from about 4 years ago in 2019. It shows the beginning of Michael and Derek's relationship. They're at a club. I guess this is where they like first met. And Michael's like, let's take a weird, depressing walk out in the snow to go look at where Jeffrey Dahmer used to kill people. Because I guess they're pretty close to there. And he's like, isn't that crazy that like I could be a killer? And then Derek's like, you're probably not. And then he goes home with him. And I'm like, what weird riz.
Yeah.
You know, there's no way that you
in
like
2019, dude.
that's the biggest red flag, by the
Yeah.
way. He's like, isn't that crazy? Like, I could be a killer. I could eat you. And he's like, you're probably not going to though.
I'm gay. Dahmer's gay.
Yeah.
Oh.
A coincidence? But I love the coloring in the club. Like, it's very neon, and then there's this page where it goes from like green to red. I think it's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
It
very
is
good.
really, really good with some of the lettering or some of the coloring in this. In the present, Michael's interviewing Randall again, and Michael's kind of outlining what he wants from Randall for their next session, where, you know, he wants him to bring like letters that people have sent him and pretty much anything that he can like bring together so they can have a big interview session the next day. But as Michael leaves, Paul shows up with a gun, and then he beats the shit out of Michael with the gun, saying, I know what you are. And he's thinking that Michael is the new Deviant Killer, being like a copycat of Randall Orson. Mm-hmm. And this is a really great scene because you see him pull up with the gun. He immediately is enraged. We see the little flashback from when he was, hit by him, and
that's a crazy thing.
Yeah.
Like, I thought he just sliced him. I didn't know you like touched him.
No, he's like, let me see what I did here. It is crazy. And so I think
he looks like you're gonna be okay.
I think Paul thinks in his head, like, he's justified for anything he does in this situation. Like, I was like, he could kill him right now, And so, very good scene. He just ends up, like, pistol whipping him, I guess, as far as we can tell. And then in the apartment with Derek, the detective's waiting for Michael to, like, come back home from wherever he was. And he's asking Derek questions.
He literally hits it every page.
I like the little glow.
Yeah, really?
It looks so good.
It's so funny.
I didn't even notice that it was a vape. If I'm being honest,
I didn't either.
Funny.
I just like.
I'm just like, yeah.
Maybe I'm going through withdrawals. He's like, that looks pretty
Damn,
good.
that looks pretty good. Give me that.
That's a
Give me
big
that.
hit.
What flavor is that?
Is it blue? Is it blue raz? And then, so he's like walking around. He's like asking Derek questions. Derek's pretty like nervous, and so he's just answering. But Derek reveals that Michael's been researching the Deviant Killer, which is like the Santa guy, and that they were recently in Chicago. But unbeknownst to Derek, that's where that last murder was. And so the detective's like, interesting. And so...
Yeah, I guess it's only like an hour and a half away.
Yeah, I looked it up. I was like, from Milwaukee to Chicago? I mean, yeah, it's like less than an hour and a half.
Yeah, the Midwest is weird. It's all
weird.
Strangely close.
Like, I feel like it takes an hour and a half to get to Phoenix from where we are.
Yes.
We're in the Phoenix area.
Hour and a half to Tucson.
Yeah, pretty much.
2 hours to Flagstaff.
And so the detective looks around the house and he looks into Michael's closet, his like private closet where he keeps the Christmas presents. So Derek hasn't looked in there. And the detective is called away when he finds out that Michael was apprehended and he was involved in an altercation. But in the closet is the outfit of the Deviant Killer.
Mask and bloody Santa outfit.
Michael's a Deviant Killer, probably.
And presents. He didn't lie about that.
Oh yeah, he does have presents in there. So don't look at
No
those.
peeking.
He didn't like put the mask behind the present at least. So even if like Derek takes a peek, he's like, oh no, it's my present.
Yeah.
So yeah, what happened there? Is Michael the Deviant Killer? Probably. I don't know.
Maybe.
The whole thing's about 9 issues. I think it's out already, right?
No, the last issue comes out on Christmas.
Oh shit. So we got to catch up. We could read it all on Christmas.
I read it all.
You did?
Yeah.
Whoa. Is it spicy?
I had to know. You know,
as soon as I finished reading this, I was like, I need to buy the rest of this. I think
at this point, I was like, what the fuck is happening? And what is he trying to do with this?
Yeah, it's very,
Literally.
very compelling. This is a good cliffhanger for a trade for sure. It doesn't feel complete necessarily.
Well, yeah, but
it's
it
9
is
issues,
a great
but
cliffhanger.
it's a good cliffhanger. So let's get into Back Matter Matters real quick.
Back matter matters.
There's this little scene.
Yeah, so we get like one variant, which is pretty cool, but then we get a preview story from Razor Blades, which is...
okay. I thought this was a part of the...
No, it wasn't a part of...
I was like...
You're like,
what?
why are there monsters?
Yeah.
No, this is part of this book, which I think was a horror anthology book, I want to say. But the same creative team that did The Deviant did a story on this. So James Tynion and Joshua Hixson. And that looks pretty fun. Mm-hmm. I think Joshua Hixson does do pretty good monsters. So
I love this scene.
Yeah, it's cool. So maybe we'll have to read Razor Blades next year.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think anthology would go well like on a podcast? You know,
We did the Silver Coin.
We're just flipping a bunch of different episodes or a bunch of different stories.
Yeah, true. I mean, we've done a couple anthologies, haven't we? We did Silver Coin.
Yeah, I guess we did Ice Cream Man too.
Ice Cream Man
but
was
that's
one
like
of them.
all
Shiver
about
was
Ice
one of
Cream
them.
Man. All right, yeah, never mind. I'm stupid.
Yeah, you're stupid. And then
250 pages. Jesus Christ.
James Tynion, he plugs all of his other stuff. Department of Truth,
Naturally.
The Closet, Silver Coin, World Tree. And then we get some creator bios. This is when I found out Tyler Boss is a part of this. I'm like, no fucking way. What did he do?
He's like, wait a minute.
I'm like, did he do an issue? And I didn't even realize. But no, he did the design for it.
His artwork is pretty similar to.
Yeah, it is, I would say.
That's like my my favorite. Just kind of like it looks like the same proportions as like people, but it's still like simplistic in a way.
Yeah, it's like simple and cartoony, but
it's not like the craziest coloring.
But there's a lot of range because a lot of it feels very grim a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's like better for those like slice of life kind of stories.
Yeah, for sure. So, what do you think of this book, Serena?
That was really good.
Really good.
I wish it had an ending though.
It does have an ending.
But like,
well, it's not out yet, but
yeah. Well, like in the book.
You
But
can
I thought it
continue
was
reading.
really. I was also kind of confused. I'm like, maybe I'm just dumb, but I was just like, is someone planting this stuff, or is he actually like the killer? Like,
that's the question.
That's the question you should have.
Because like, there's no way the
it could
photos
be Derek
are on the bed just sitting there for literally anyone to find.
Oh, well, he didn't know that a cop was going to be coming over.
True.
So maybe he's like,
but it's like still, you know, when you're
someone's at the door, he's like, maybe I should put these.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe
I should put these away.
The rest of the issue is only $2 on Kindle. If you want cut up,
you can buy all of them for $2.
No, like individually, they're $2. So like half price.
Okay, so it'd be like $10 to read the rest of it, right? Because there's 5 more issues.
Yeah, but 9's not out.
Oh, I see. Okay, so $8 to read what's currently out. Still good. Still spicy.
So the first trade is like the best part of this book
For sure.
up until like issue 8, which is the penultimate issue.
Some crazy shit's going down.
I can like kind of spoil some of it. So in the next issue, Michael gets arrested, obviously.
Okay.
In the 6th issue, Derek's like with like his parents, and his parents like aren't sure that he didn't do it. You know, like they're talking to a lawyer. And Michael's parents.
Oh, Michael's parents aren't sure they did.
Derek's with Michael's parents.
It's a very Dahmer situation.
Yeah, they're like,
maybe he could have.
Yeah. There's in the 6th issue is a great like rundown of all the evidence that the FBI has, but the agent he knows it's like too easy, you know, so he's like a little skeptical of everything.
Yeah.
And then Derek, he goes to Randall, like the Deviant Killer that's locked up, for like help.
He's like, what should I do?
I don't know what
would you
he
do?
plans to do.
I mean, why are you asking him? He's in jail right now.
What
would you do different?
We did not do what you did.
Tell me everything but the opposite.
Yeah.
In issue 7, there is like a lady in Wisconsin, I think, who makes like replica deviant masks.
Oh.
And so they're different from like the real one, I guess. They're like higher quality. And the FBI agent was able to determine that Michael's is a replica.
Got it.
So the one that doesn't necessarily like cut out that he's not the killer necessarily. Or
it could be. I mean,
but he's just trying
he'd be a copycat because the Deviant Killer hasn't done a kill in like 50 years.
Right.
So he wouldn't have the original mask.
But it also could be, you know, but
yeah, true. Yeah. And like the Deviant Killer is still out there somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Because Randall wasn't the guy that killed those children. So what happened to the actual Deviant Killer, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So that's also an element.
None of it's been ruled out really.
Yeah.
But that night, the mask lady gets killed by the Deviant Killer.
He's like, you're biting my shit.
Yeah. And then she gets like chopped up and like wrapped under like the tree. Aww. And then like her cats are like drinking her blood.
Oh my goodness.
That's sick.
And then, but in issue 8, we find out that Derek, the boyfriend, his ID is left at the mask lady's house. And so it's like, who
is it?
Who takes out their ID?
Who's pickpocketing these people?
Who's taking out their ID when you're doing a crime? Who's like, let me see. Yep, that still checks out.
Let me see if I still have my ID.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, better keep that handy.
Yeah, and then like the last page of issue 8, the Deviant Killer like shows up at the bar where Derek hangs out with his buddy, and he's just like in the window, and I'm like, oh, and so pretty exciting.
Wow,
it sounds like a really good comic.
Yeah,
So,
I'll probably.
But like those ones are like 5, 6, and 7. They were kind of slow. There's a lot of talking. You know, didn't feel like it was
a lot to go over.
You could have cut out 1 or 2 issues maybe.
You read 5, 6, and 7 already?
5, 6, 7,
5, 6, 7, and 8. And so I just have one more on Christmas Day when it comes out.
That's crazy.
I'll read it and tell you what happens.
Yeah, please.
Just let me know if it's good because I'm pretty compelled by this like already. So
yeah, because the second. Oh, sorry.
if it ends well, just let me know.
You'll probably forget everything I said. Yeah, hopefully, because I
already did.
There's got to be like so much stuff explained in issue 9, and I hope it has like a super satisfying ending.
Your phone is so fucked.
Oh yeah.
I was
don't look at it.
You gotta text him.
If the whole room
Do you know
goes up
Dawn
in
has
strobe light.
that flashlight thing when you have
Yeah.
it?
Oh,
Okay,
with like her actual flashlight going
Yeah.
off? I'm
Yeah.
like, turn that off.
It's like flash, and it goes like, oh god.
Just like the
Yeah.
the fucking car one. Like, yeah, man, please
The
announce it
duck
to everybody.
sounds.
Yeah. Like a truck's being broken into.
Yeah. For those listening, my phone's fucked. I dropped it while I was like doing some yard work, and now every time I get a text, it like fucking strobe lights for the life of the notification
Can I
being on my
text you
phone.
for the video?
Yeah. Everybody be quiet. Yep, there it goes.
Why aren't you getting a new one?
Yeah, do you have an upgrade?
What, you think fucking money grows on trees? You think Samsung phones grows on trees?
Well, you're working for Microsoft. They should give you a free one.
They actually will.
Oh,
Period.
nice.
So
Yeah.
you're just
Are
waiting?
you getting a Microsoft phone?
No,
Because that would suck.
they don't do those.
That was
Or a Windows phone?
a Google
They don't do
phone.
those. They do like a Surface phone, but no, I'm not getting that. I'm getting a whatever I want. He said
Cool.
I could choose to have a work phone or like the company stuff like on my phone, and I've done both.
But they can like track your shit and they look at what you look at.
Like technically, probably yeah. But if I do a work phone, they won't pay for an upgrade for my new phone. But if I
What are
have
you
work
thinking
stuff
of
on my
doing?
actual phone, they gave me like extra money every paycheck, I think, and then
Yeah.
they also
My job does that.
pay for like half of an upgrade or something like that. So I'm like, I need a new phone. So
True.
Anyway,
Sorry,
Yeah.
I interrupted you.
no, that's fine.
Rena, what would you
pretty
rate this book?
I think a 9 out of 10.
Nice, very good.
How would you rate it using food?
Yeah,
Food,
if you're to
sorry.
give it a
Maybe
food,
Christmas food or
Christmas
something.
what kind of eggnog?
I don't know. I think some Muddy Buddies. Some like Christmas Muddy Buddies, like Puppy Chow.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? With the
Nice.
like the M&Ms and all that. You know what what I'm
I
talking
don't
about?
think so.
puppy
Here,
chow.
I'll show you.
You're eating dog food?
Ah, that's what it's
Just
called.
kibble?
Hold on, I'll show you.
What'd you rate this book, Daniel?
I would give it a Little Debbie's Xmas Christmas cakes.
Ooh,
That's valid.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I give it that like peppermint bark, but from Costco.
Oh, that's a good
That's
rating.
It is so it's
crazy.
like chocolate, but then they have like candy cane like chunks on there.
Dude,
that
you know
can
what
bite
hits
down
the
on.
fucking spot?
What?
For me, at least, when I'm like super zooted.
Okay.
Like the white chocolate covered like pretzels with like the
Dude,
peppermint
you're
bark on it.
cooking.
Oh, I've never had that.
Yeah, they're so good.
Whoa, you get sweet and
Christmas
minty.
Puppy Chow.
Oh, that looks good. Oh,
It's
I
like
have had that.
it's
like a-
Muddy Buddies, but with
People like make it.
Yeah,
It's
so
like trail mix,
good.
but it's all terrible.
yeah. What?
It's like trail mix, but like it's all just stuff that's terrible for you. You know,
Oh,
some
I
trail
thought
mix
you
has like
meant, like-
raisins and shit.
Yeah, I always skip the raisins. I'm
Trail
like,
mix
fuck
isn't
that.
very good for you.
It's not, which is crazy.
It's got M&M's in it. What
Is
do you
that
think?
crazy?
But it's nuts.
It's
nuts and shit.
People eat nuts.
Nuts
Nuts are
are
good.
super high in fat.
They're very calorie dense as well. I
yeah,
found
dude.
out.
Look at the serving size of those bitches.
Like you have like one of the little packets and you eat it.
It's like
and
$600.
you're like, oh, I'm being like health conscious right now, and it's like Jesus Christ, I could have had a fucking McDonald's McNuggets.
Wait,
And
are
for-
you dead ass?
yeah,
Yeah,
trail
look
mix
at
is super
look at the
like
nutritional
high in
information next
I
time.
calories.
you
haven't
one of
even
those.
looked because I'm like, nah.
Nah, I'm being fucking so healthy
I'm
right
healthy.
now.
I'm
Nuts have
skinny.
protein.
Where's my fucking race
No,
right
it'll be
now?
like it'll be like 300, 400 calories or soming like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
It's insane.
And mom always buys like a huge bag
Yeah.
from like Costco.
And I'm eating like 2 at a time.
Bro.
It's
But
crazy.
yeah, I would give it Puppy Chow because it's a lot of flavors.
It's kind of what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice.
What about you? Oh wait, did you give it?
Peppermint bark
Right.
from Costco,
For sure.
because that is the shit I look forward to every year.
What's your favorite? Oh, that's what you look forward to every year.
Dude, I fucking love peppermint bark.
I think they have
I've had to not buy it
they
this
have
year
peppermint
because I would
bark
eat it all.
pretzel chips too. Those are good.
Oh, I've never had any pretzel with my peppermint bark. I don't think. You know what's overrated though is the Ghirardelli peppermint bark. Shit's ass.
I think it's properly rated.
Ghirardelli, I don't fuck with them.
Yeah.
I like the shakes that they make at the stores.
Ooh,
Oh,
shakes
yeah.
are pretty solid.
But
Those are
those are
fire.
like a whole
yeah.
1,000 calories.
That's a day of calories.
I'm not drinking that to be healthy.
No, true.
But yeah, they have one in like Vegas, I think, and it's fire.
Yes,
pretty good.
you're so right.
Yep.
And in Disneyland or California Adventure.
For sure.
Oh, they do. Wait, they have a Ghirardelli one?
Yeah, and
Oh.
I used or one of the times I got like the chocolate covered strawberries. Busty.
Do you remember when we went to Disneyland for your birthday and it was all Christmassy?
I loved it, bro.
was so
I was like,
nice.
let's go again. But
I'm down. We got time.
So let's get into the pull list. Colon.
Shove it in your box.
The pull list, the pull list. What did you shove in your box?
My comic shop closed next to me, and the nearest one's like 20 minutes away. So I gotta order shit online, and I haven't done that yet. So
Grandma was saying
came out
there's
this
a
week?
comic book by her house.
Huh?
just one
Comic book place. Sorry.
one comic book.
I like a comic book store by her house. And
who
I'm
said?
like, huh?
Who said?
Grammy.
Yeah, there is one.
Is that the one that's kind of shitty?
It's a card shop, and they just have comics there.
Yeah.
Oh. I was gonna say, I'm like, they probably been to it. but-
Yeah, it's like a collectible store. Is more. I don't know if they get like weekly stuff. I think they get a little bit.
If you were to drive up like the roads and then take the 60 west, you could go to like Samurai. That's over there.
Yeah.
And Gotham on your way here if you wanted.
yeah,
But
maybe I'll have to think about it.
the only thing I had coming out was X Factor number 5.
Mhm.
And there's a Creep Show holiday special.
Whoa,
Those are pretty fun.
cool.
So they had one last year and I just read it.
Was it good?
Yeah. There's one story in it by James Asmus.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's,
Wait, he's doing like horror stuff?
yeah, Creep Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, so they do like 2 like 10 pagers basically, and his story was like about like package thieves, like people who steal shit off of like porches and whatnot.
Yeah.
And there's these like 2 friends, they're like girls or something, and they are girls, but they're like
Girls or
you couldn't tell.
whatever.
they steal a bunch of shit, and that's like just what they do. And they take them home and they open one, and it has like an eyeball in it. And they just keep like stealing shit from like different houses, and they keep finding like body parts. It's really fucking good, actually.
Same body part or from the same people?
I don't know.
Same body.
Are they putting them together like
And
a puzzle?
then some have like notes and shit. It's kind of creepy.
Whoa, this is
That's a good
interesting.
idea.
But from package thieves.
Yeah, I think it's something that could have been fleshed out in like a whole issue, so that like, you know, when it ends, I'm like, that's kind of abrupt, but still good stuff.
Yeah, I think a lot of those anthologies they just kind of flesh out.
And I keep
some
fucking
random
buying them for
ideas.
some reason. I'm like, this might be good. Like,
It might be.
this might be
I
the
bet
one.
they just don't know how to end it. So they're like, let's just end it
Yeah,
right
I think
here.
there are some ideas that comic writers have where it's like, this is a good idea, I think, and it would be. I feel like that's why Junji Ito did like Shiver, because he's like, I got all these ideas,
But
but I don't
no
know how to
ending.
end it in a
I think
satisfying
all of
way.
this shit's kind of like that. Like,
I think so, but like, there's some value to that, I think, because
yeah.
there's that blimp story, and it's like, how do you end that, you know, or you know.
Just no more pages.
It's just fun. I think it's just fun for them to flesh out the wildest ideas without having to figure out a way to end it and
Yeah.
like wrap it up
Yeah.
in a nice bow or whatever. So that's cool though.
Yeah. Did you read anything?
I didn't.
Okay.
I've had a busy weekend,
Slacking.
Have you read anything, Rena?
and we're recording earlier than we
No.
normally do. To be fair,
No, I don't think so.
Can you hand me that? And there's also a comic under that. So
I did play.
yeah,
Do you want me to hand that to you too?
I did play the new
Yeah.
Marvel Rivals game.
we're not talking about that right
We're
now.
not talking about that. Okay, we're gonna do this.
I read
Right after.
Epitaphs from the Abyss.
Oh, from Matt Kint.
No.
No.
This is from EC Comics. Well, this is like an imprint that Oni Press is doing. I guess EC is like a old comics publisher that used to do like a bunch of shit like this.
Okay.
And it's got a cover from, or like the guy who does the covers for all these. He's the dude that was on like Joker and
Oh yeah. I forget his name, but yeah.
yeah, let me see. But this is really fucking
Lee
cool.
Bermejo.
Lee Bermejo, yeah. This is really cool. It had so they're just trying to bring this back. There's like 8 issues out so far.
Is it not written by Matt Kint?
Nope. The first story's got Jorge Fornes on art.
Cool.
There's a Stephanie Phillips and Phil Hester story.
Whoa.
And a Brian Azzarello story.
Eh.
The Brian Azzarello story, I think, was one of my favorite ones.
Okay,
actually.
nice.
So yeah, I just want to give it to you, or let you borrow.
Okay, cool.
It's not like read this right now, but it's pretty cool.
I'll check it out.
Like the vibes are cool.
Vibes look spooky.
Yeah, so I read that. It's pretty good.
Like the colors.
Yeah, no, and so I just like how retro it looks. You know, I'm like, ooh, what if I love this? You know?
Yeah, I could.
I read Dracula #1 by James Tynion.
Okay.
Same writer as this. It was okay.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting he was doing Dracula.
Yeah, like they're doing, like Image Comics is doing like all the Universal monsters. Like they had like a Frankenstein one's really good, and then like Creature from the Black Lagoon and stuff like that. And so Dracula was one of them. And then I read Creep Show #2.
Okay.
Which I just had for a long time. I don't know. When it was coming on, I was like, oh, I should read horror comics.
Yeah.
And so Michael Walsh had a story in that, which is pretty good.
I like that guy.
Yeah. And
so why'd you give me this?
Oh, Nathan,
it's Christmas.
It's Christmas. It is our
Merry Christmas.
Our Christmas podcast exchange.
There's only like 15 more days till Christmas, bruh.
Oh my God.
I literally can't believe it.
As of recording.
That's crazy.
Gotta finish our shopping.
I feel like I just got back from my cruise I was on last year this time. I'm still tired from it.
When you got back on like Christmas Eve.
It's been a fucking year. Yeah, I got back on Christmas Eve. It was great. Or the day before Christmas Eve, but yeah. Like late at night.
Gosh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was bizarre. So anyway.
Nathan normally would bring his, but I didn't tell him to bring it.
Didn't tell me to
bring it on the Christmas episode.
You have to tell Nathan for him to do something.
I didn't know we were doing it. Why would I bring it?
When else would we do it?
I don't know. I don't know when these episodes come out. It could be tomorrow.
How do you not know? This is your own podcast.
Because Daniel edits and uploads.
Don't you upload it every like Thursday or something?
Every Friday. But then like the schedule's off, so sometimes we're like recording something.
This is still the Christmas episode though.
Yeah.
It's an episode that comes out like before
For some reason,
Christmas.
I thought we were doing a second Christmas book.
No.
Okay, this is the only one. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
All right.
So I guess you can open it first.
All right, yeah, I will.
Save the bow.
Save the bow.
Yeah, good bow. Reuse it.
Very
So I
deviant
just tear it
core.
off.
Yeah, gently.
Yep, there you go.
Thank you.
Roxanne core.
Oh no, you tore off the sticky part.
What do you mean? You stuck it on here.
Just staple it.
Never mind, it's fine.
Dude, why would you do this to me? I have to like unwrap it because it's a comic.
I like to embarrass you.
Nana's
Dude, you're
rapping.
kind of cooking when you rap.
I love rapping.
Literally. Y'all should see my rapping
rip
this
it.
year. I cooked.
Yeah, you wrapped my birthday present really well. Mm-hmm. What kind of fucking paper is this?
Top notch black paper.
Black paper. Well, all right, let's see what you got me. Petrol head?
Yes.
What the hell is this? It looks cool. I've just never heard of it.
Yeah, it's a book I've actually told you about because I read it already.
Whoa.
And it fucking rules. And when I was just reading it, I'm like, Nathan would love this shit.
Yeah, it looks really fun, actually.
Yeah, it's dope.
Look at that. It's a big car.
Wow. Smash.
Sweet. It does say smash.
Yeah.
This looks cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
I just like, it's just a random thing. I'm like, we're going to read this one day.
Fuck
and
yeah.
then so when this came around, I'm like, I'll just read it.
I'm happy that you thought of me.
I'll be doing that.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I pulled up the picture for what you're going to get.
Ooh.
Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
Yeah, how do you want to unwrap it?
Just you can just show me, I guess.
Okay, here.
Just open the laptop and then you can see it.
It's called Regarding the Matter of Oswald's Body. Have you heard of this?
I think I've seen it.
You've seen it. It's got a very nice style.
Very noir.
I've heard good things about it, I think. And it's about Lee Harvey Oswald, the guy that moited the president.
Whoa. Is it like
And
conspiracy comic?
It's like a conspiracy comic about
Love
what
it.
happened to that dude after he murdered the president.
Yeah, he fucking got shot. What do you mean?
He got shot. Wait,
Chat.
Lee Harvey Oswald did?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know the lore. That's why I bought this book, Daniel. Spoilers.
It's like,
anyway.
it's history. What do you
But
mean?
no, you know how I like just really long names for comics? And when this is coming out, I'm like, Regarding the Matter of Oswald's Body. Fuck yeah. I know everything I need to know about this book. So yeah, I bought that during Black Friday. And I was like,
Nice.
hopefully this will be good. I don't know if it will be. But
Yeah, we'll see.
So yeah.
Nice.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Yay.
Cute.
I didn't get you anything, Rena. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Well,
It's okay.
if you get us something for Christmas, though, we'll have you back on the pod.
I already did get you something for Christmas.
And it wasn't a trade?
Huh?
It wasn't a trade?
Comics?
I can't say.
You got Daniel a trade? You looked at him.
Bruh.
Wow, spoilers. What trade do you
I
think
know,
she got you?
but you don't know. You put like 20 million on there, so
You're welcome. So
you
you
didn't
pick your
really have
favorite.
any on there, did you?
I didn't put trades because I was looking at my wish list and I was like, one, I've read a couple of these and I don't want to sort through them. And two, I don't have any more room for trades on my bookshelf.
Another
So
bookshelf.
I do need another bookshelf. But I think I'm just going to throw some shit away on that bookshelf because it's not all books. So it's like, get out of here.
I'm like so bad
Dude,
at.
Sorry.
No,
continue.
go ahead.
I found a bookshelf that's like a spinner rack.
Oh,
But
yeah,
like
yeah.
for like putting normal books on. But I think you could fit some trades on there. So it'd be kind of cool.
Did you see it on like Instagram or something, like an ad.
May have saw it on a TikTok shop.
Yeah.
And then I showed Sophie and I'm like, look how cool this is. And then she sent it to herself, like sent it to Sophia from my
that's
phone.
so cool.
And now I get the fucking ad all the time. Have you ever clicked on something on TikTok shop and you didn't buy it? And you just see it every fifth fucking TikTok?
I think you can like click it and be like not interested.
But I am kind of interested.
TikToks where it's like, what would you do if your girl got this? And I was like, I want to see what it is. And so I press on it.
I hate the ones where it's like, sorry for everybody who bought this. Now it's like less than the price of a taco or whatever.
Yeah.
I hate those, dude. Fuck you. It's always the same price.
Literally.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't trust the price that this
I'm
is.
like,
You know?
my favorite comment was, how do I buy this without giving you commission for it?
Literally.
That's my favorite.
I've only bought like one thing off TikTok shop, and it was actually pretty cool. It scares me.
I think Sophie almost bought something that was definitely a scam.
Wait, why?
It was pajamas that are matching pajamas for a guy, a girl, and a dog for like $4.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't buy that.
Is it paper?
Yeah. Well, she came to me and she's like, what color do you like? I'm like, what are you buying? She's like, this. And she showed me and I just saw the price tag and I'm like, don't buy that.
Yeah.
How could that possibly be profitable for somebody?
I mean, the thing that I got was like $2.
No, some stuff is credible on there, but for like obviously
true. You're right.
That should raise a red flag. So
yeah, I want it to be like a believable price.
I'm just a girl. Anything that's like literally less than like $10, I'm like, I'm gonna get that.
Sophie's bought like brushes and stuff that she likes on there, but
yeah,
it freaks me out a little bit. Anyway,
when I see like pre-workouts on TikTok shop, I'm like, there's something wrong with it.
I'm like, yeah, what? Why am I?
I'm not gonna put that in my body.
There's like supplements and stuff in there.
Yeah, I'm like, why is this pre-workout $10? You know?
Yeah. I was gonna say I'm really bad at like hiding Christmas gifts. Like I've been telling Jackson, I'm like the moment you say that you want to know what the Christmas gifts are before Christmas, I will tell you.
You just fold.
Yes,
like, right.
yes, bro. I'm like, I like want to tell. Like immediately when I buy someone something, I'm like, I know something you don't know. I'm just
See, the strategy is wait to buy everything because then you don't even know what you got them.
I like telling Sarah that I haven't gotten her gift yet, even though it's like sitting over there. You know,
that's funny.
That's funny.
Does this come out the week before Christmas or the week after?
What?
This episode?
The week before. The 20th.
Okay. Well,
we'll
see if Sophie listens to this, I guess. But I got her for our family Secret Santa.
What?
Like
how did that work?
Not our families, but Sophie's family Secret Santa.
Oh, right.
It's like
score.
There's like people where I'm like, I don't know what I would possibly get them. And then I rolled Sophie and I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So I have to get her 2 presents. But
I like waited too long to get like Dawn's gift. And so I just had to buy like the only things
that were on
there.
There's
like 2 things left that like fit the budget. And one was like slippers, and then one's like a little mirror thing for like your
your car
shade or whatever.
You're so thoughtful.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, here,
I got Lynn, guys, and I'm so excited. Jackson got him last year, and I got him this year.
Lynn's literally the best.
Here, this present, guys. I hope he doesn't watch this. He probably won't. Anyways, I got him an Eagles robe, right? He had it on his Amazon cart, and I'm getting him like face mask and shit to put in there. Lynn is the biggest diva I've ever met. Dude, and I think it's so
I can't
funny.
wait for his reaction to that.
I know, I can't wait. And
he's gonna be so
because we were
excited.
talking around the fire about how he like gets his nails done and shit. I'm like, oh, you're the biggest diva I know. Like I literally love him
perfect.
so much.
Yeah.
And so when he said that, I was like, oh my God, the robe is perfect. I just think it's so funny, and I don't think anyone else would get it for him. So I'm just like,
no,
I wouldn't have.
I'm like, who wears a robe?
So I'm gonna get him like under eye patches and like a face mask.
Are the Eagles themed?
He does fit. Oh my God, I should get an eagle face mask.
It looks like a helmet. Like
it makes him look like an eagle. It's got like little feet.
You're cooking right now.
Yeah.
No, literally. And Mom loved the idea, and I was like, yes.
I think it's good. I think he'll really like it.
I'm so excited. I want him to open it first. I'm like, that'd be so funny.
Rena, have you watched anything?
You've been watching, or you just been playing Fortnite?
Fortnite. No. I watched Christmas. Oh my God. I watched The Grinch again this year. They put more cuts that weren't in the original.
More deleted scenes?
Yes. Like last year, I'm like.
On Disney Plus? Like Hulu or something?
I don't know.
I think it's Hulu.
But it was probably Hulu. But literally last year, there was like a couple scenes where I'm like, that wasn't in there before. But this year, they added like so many extra scenes.
It's like they keep filming more.
Yes, bro. I'm like, what is going on? And so when we were watching it while we were wrapping presents, I was like, this is not even the movie I love anymore. Like literally, like it's crazy. I mean, it's just small scenes that really didn't need to be in there. But I was like, bro.
Yeah. It really makes you appreciate that, like, there are some deleted scenes that it's like, yeah, this was smart to take out.
Yeah.
Maybe you can find like the OG version, you know?
Yeah. Theatrical.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
probably. But you guys should watch it again and text me when you do because it's a lot of extra scenes.
I feel like we watched it like last year.
Yeah, but there's more. Like last year.
Yeah, during that like mailroom scene, there was more stuff, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's some. So on Christmas night when he's planning to like steal everyone's presents and stuff, there's like these scenes where the mom and dad are doing stuff and then
What are they doing?
they're like setting up, they're like wrapping presents, and then the dad is like setting up this elliptical thing. I don't even know what it is.
What
It's
the
like
hell?
it's so random.
He's like, I'm going to work out, babe.
Yeah. And then Cindy Lou Who's doing something. It's so weird. I don't know. I was just
Really?
like, yeah. And even mom noticed it, and I didn't even tell her. I'm like, does this seem like the original to you? And she's like, no. So yeah. But other than that, I don't think I've watched any shows recently. I've been busy.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. What about you guys?
What you got?
I played Marvel Rivals, the new game that came out.
Yeah.
Like the Overwatch game, but Marvel stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Really good.
That shit looks complicated.
It's so good.
I think me and Jackson are gonna play it tonight. So
Yeah, it's actually, I mean, it's a little chaotic.
do you get to pick any character, or do you have to like?
Any character.
Ooh,
The game is free. It's a hero shooter, which means that each character has different abilities and stuff, and like different ultimates and ways that they work together. And all the characters are free.
I'm about to play
33.
Venom.
That's more than Valorant, and Valorant only gives you like fucking 6 characters to play at
Yeah.
the beginning, which is crazy. So, and it's like good. It's like not buggy on off release. Like I played it the day it came out.
That's good.
It's just a really impressive release. All of the skins, you know, they're not like crazy priced. It's really cool. So I've been really enjoying it lately. Sophia's played it. She plays as Jeff the Shark, which is like,
right.
it's like this little shark character that kind of looks like Kilala. And it's like a healer, so she can just kind of stay back and heal everybody.
They
while
like
everybody-
gave it like feet.
Jeff has feet.
I remember that.
Yeah. And
Is that like in the Suicide Squads or whatever? Or no?
no, that's King Shark.
Oh.
Jeff the Shark is a pretty obscure character that I'm surprised is in this game, but they have some like pretty obscure characters, I would say.
Venom's in there, right?
Venom's in there, Spider-Man's in there.
My favorite.
Anybody that you could probably say right now is in there besides Deadpool, but he's coming later.
Mm.
So it's really fun. And there's like this cool mechanic where every character has some sort of team up. So if you're like Captain America and someone else is Winter Soldier, you get like extra damage. If you're Groot and somebody else is Rocket Raccoon, like Rocket Raccoon can go on your shoulder
Ooh.
and like heal you even more and shoot people and stuff. It's really fun. And I've been seeing a lot of stuff on it, like just on TikTok and whatnot. And I think it's pretty fun. So I'm really enjoying it lately.
Sweet.
Nice.
So what you been watching?
Did you watch anything or you just
No.
play it?
I put like 6 hours into that. And then I'm like, yeah, I don't have time to read.
I watched a movie called Rebel Ridge.
Okay.
It's on Netflix. It's got the dude, like, I think his name's Aaron Pierre. It's the dude who's going to be Jon Stewart in the Lantern series.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it's a movie directed by the dude who did Green Room. Did you ever see that? Aaron
No.
Pierre, yeah.
No, but I know of the movie.
Yeah, so it's a... Why'd
you pause?
Because so he can cut it out
Cut
easy.
it out, yeah. I'm just like built for editing now.
He just
There we go.
I was like, we were sitting
now
here
you can't edit
staring
this
at
out.
it.
So it's like this. It's this dude who is carrying like a bunch of cash on him because he's gonna go bail out his cousin and buy like a truck so they can go like haul shit
Okay.
as like a job. And he has to bail out his cousin because his cousin is like a snitch, and he's about to be transferred to a big jail that where he would be found out and like killed. And he like rides his bike to, you know, like the courthouse, and he's like followed by like a cop car, and the cop car like sideswipes him. And because he has all this cash, like the cops like seize it. And because his cousin was in for like possession, they had to like assume that the cash was for drugs and like illegal things, which is like, I guess, a real thing that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Where like if there's like, if you have like something suspicious that could be used, could be corrected to like a crime, then they are able to seize it or whatever.
Yeah.
and he only has like a couple days to like bail out his cousin. So he's like trying to figure that out, try and get his money back.
Yeah.
And he ends up like taking the money, and he like put like, it's like a small town. So he's able to like, he's like an ex-Marine dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's able to like get all the cops in like this precinct apprehended, and is able to just like take the cash.
Oh, wow.
And then he leaves.
Then he uses it to pay bail?
Yeah. And so, and then it just like, it keeps going like after that. But he's like this like jujitsu, like close combat, like master or whatever. And it gets to the point where like at the end, there's like this big like shootout thing with like every cop because they're trying to like take him down or whatever. And he like basically like takes down like the whole precinct, like non-lethally, like no killing.
Does it feel like gritty, realistic kind of tone, or is it more bombastic kind of action?
I think they're taking like a more realistic tone to it. Like it's like not like a John Wick kind of thing to where it's kind of unrealistic, I guess, with like all the headshots and stuff. He's just doing like proper like,
he's just better than them.
Form. Yeah, he's just like smarter and
Skill
better.
diff.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
And so it's like super tense like the entire movie because of like all the shit that's happening. You like feel bad for the dude and things like that.
Yeah.
It's like a little convoluted, like the plot. Like you like really have to like pay attention to like follow it for it to be good. But yeah, it's really good.
Nice.
Yeah. So really good for like a Netflix movie, you know?
Oh, is it a Netflix original?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, it kind of drags like in the middle, but like the beginning and the end are like really solid.
Nice.
So yeah, highly recommend.
You watch anything else?
Did you watch Creature Commandos or no?
No.
Okay, well, that's a good show. It's on. It's a new DC show.
Your DC show. You watched the first 2 episodes?
Yeah.
You liked them?
Yep.
All right. I'll check them out. I was going to do that today. I just had a busy week.
Yeah, it's got like great animation, and I think it's a good start. I'm curious to see like what happens in like the rest of the season. But
How long is it supposed to be? Episodes
8 or 9.
Nice. Okay, that's good.
And they're like 30-minute episodes.
Do you watch this with Sarah, or do you watch it on your own?
So I was watching it, and she was like in the room watching TikToks, and so I could tell she wasn't like.
And same
interested.
with the movie too, or no?
She watched the movie, yeah. She thought it was long, but
Makes sense.
good movie. She liked it.
Yeah. All right, nice.
Cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. So what are you going to read next week, Nathan? What are we going to read next week?
Are we reading this book you gave me?
We could.
What should we read, Daniel?
We could. Nosferatu's coming out. We could read a Dracula book.
Is there a good one?
I don't know.
I don't really want to.
The most recent one is that James Tynion one, but
Is there a trade out?
yeah.
I don't want to.
Okay.
I just don't like vampires.
So
Such a girl.
I say we do Petrolhead first.
Petrolhead, because you don't have your. I'll bring your present next week.
Wait, I
I'll
have
wrap
a
it.
question for y'all.
What's
Let's
up?
hear it.
Are y'all more scared, like realistically, if this was like real, would y'all be more scared of zombies or vampires? I have this
Are the
question.
vampires like
What
coming
kind?
after me?
They're not like a typical, yeah, so both of them are coming at you, but they're not like the typical, like, you know, with the cape and everything like that, but like
Like Twilight?
Do they dissolve in
yeah,
the sun?
well, but like not, it's basically, okay, just like a regular vampire, but it's like as a person.
Okay. Here's the thing, though.
So I had this in my,
Zombies is the correct answer, because I think there's a lot of defenses to vampires.
literally.
Garlic, wood, outside in the day.
Exactly. So I had this in my class. This question was in my class.
So is it one vampire or like a horde of zombies?
One vampire, one zombie.
Oh,
Oh.
1v1.
Probably a vampire then.
I'd kick the
Really?
shit out of a zombie if I wanted to, I think.
Yeah. Just like kicking
But
his
like,
knee.
think
and-
about it. Like, okay, everyone in my class said vampire too, or most of them said vampire, but I said zombie because like, think about all the types of zombies that could come up to you, right? The
Yeah,
running ones.
You have World War Z zombies and you have Walking Dead zombies.
Exactly.
But I thought the question was, would you rather live in like a world where like zombies have taken over, or a world
Like,
where
which one? I said, which one are you more
vampires.
scared of?
I think, well, vampires are like enhanced. You know, they're like stronger and like faster and stuff like that.
Be bat.
So I feel like I'd be a victim of like a vampire. And I've watched way more zombie movies than I have vampire movies. So
If I'm in like a football field and I'm at one end and then a zombie or a vampire is at the other end, I'm more scared of a vampire, I think.
I would go after the zombie. You know, I could tackle
Yeah,
that bitch.
I could take him.
Get him down.
I personally would be more scared of a vampire. Or I mean, not vampire, a zombie. Just because how they look, what kind of zombie it could be.
Dude, their breath kind of stank, probably.
Literally, are they like ones that are like, you know, if it's diseases walking, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
I think if it's World War Z zombie, that's scarier than a vampire. But if it's what people typically think of when you think of zombie, which is more
like
Walking Dead.
like
Zombieland.
Like the ones that fucking
those
run
ones
at
run.
you.
Yeah, that's true.
But I feel like because they're also like decaying bodies, so I feel like they're like weaker and it'd be easier to like smash in their heads.
Well, if you watch the Zombieland, like one of them like is on top of them and they literally can't get off of him, right?
Well, Jesse Eisenberg is a weak little bitch.
Right.
I'd be able to push his ass off.
Yeah.
True.
Like get like an elbow.
Like imagine
in there.
it drooling on you and shit. Oh hell no.
Like
I don't know.
If you like punch like a vampire in the face, he'll probably bounce back a lot quicker.
Wasn't Kesha in that movie? In Zombieland?
Kesha?
Sorry. Who's there's somebody like super famous that was...
Wasn't it
Bill Murray?
No. It was the girl in the beginning where he was like, oh, I'll protect you from that weird man that was trying to eat you.
Oh, Amber Heard?
Oh, that's who it was, Amber Heard.
She was like apartment 20E or something like that.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that was Amber Heard?
Yeah. The zombie in the beginning. Good movie.
Yeah, but I had that question. I was just surprised about how many people said vampire because I feel like...
Am I prepared to fight them? Like, it's just like, all right.
If it's like vampire,
it's
be
werewolf.
There were not this many questions. It was just if you
These are all important questions for you.
I know, but they were just
Do
saying,
I only have what's in my house to defend myself?
January...
Because I have a bat.
It's like January 15th, Nathan's going to fight a fucking zombie or a vampire. And it's like, if I get time to prepare, I'm bringing garlic, you know? So
why January 15th?
A wooden spear.
I don't know. Just like, if it's sometime in the near future and I can prepare and I can, you know, keep a fucking wooden stake up my, you know, pant hole and... and then like
butt.
If I put a wooden stake up my butt, unrelated, and then keep garlic around my neck, and then bring a UV light. I don't know if that would work.
Salt around, you know.
Yeah, salt around. Zombies kind of scary, you know, but
I just think like
because like zombies aren't like smart.
Okay, but some of them are.
They have like no tactical.
Yeah, that's why it's important to define.
But, like looking
because you're not
them.
scared of a Walking Dead zombie. Like, yeah, totally.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, when they got Glenn, I was like, the fucking bitch.
The fuck is that?
Yeah.
I just think looking at them, like,
yeah, looking at them, yeah, sure. Scary.
Okay. I don't know, cause like,
are you talking visually now?
Because like it could also be fucking.
I'm talking like
the vampire count from fucking Sesame Street.
Worst zombie you could ever think of, and worst vampire you could ever. think
worst
of.
zombie is definitely scarier there. I think.
Yeah,
I haven't seen a lot of
because there's like
stuff.
smart zombies in like Army of the Dead.
Yeah,
and where there's like different rankings, like there's like a general one or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what they call them. Those are kind of freaky.
You ever play Left 4 Dead?
No.
Is
Last of Us a zombie movie or no? I can't remember.
They're infected, but they're like fungus.
I don't remember. I watched it like.
They're like infected with like a fungus that takes control of people and
they're like
controls
blind.
them, and they are blind.
Oh yeah.
So you just have to be quiet.
Dude, the first scene of that show explains how like this like is possibly like a thing that could happen, and it freaks me out.
Dude,
because of global warming.
Would you think AI is more scary, or do you think like zombie apocalypse is more scary?
Well, we live in AI time right now, so it's like
I mean, like
Terminators
superficial
kind of
AI, like fucking what's that Will Smith?
iRobot.
Yeah,
fire movie.
that shit.
good movie.
Have you seen that
would
meme
be
with the
tough.
iRobot?
Where's the guy just looking at him?
That shit cracks me up. Okay, anyways, go ahead. I feel like a zombie would be more scary. I feel like AI.
The robots would be like strong.
They know you.
Okay, but at that point, just kill me because I'm not gonna kill a robot. But like the fact that you could survive and like
That's scary. Surviving.
Yeah.
And like there's no way to like hide. You have to like be like off the grid, you know?
True. You're right.
Yeah. You can't use TikTok anymore. AI gets you.
Yeah, like AI could like download the skills of like Bruce Lee or some shit, you know?
You're right.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
And they can jump far and stuff.
But zombies look gross, Daniel. They can jump far.
Yeah, they can probably jump high and far. I think they do in the movie.
Yeah.
Have you seen those Boston Dynamics robots that like do obstacle courses and shit? And then people try and push them over?
I can knock those bitches down.
I'm like, dude, you were first on their hit list. The scientist that pushes them over to see if they can stay up.
Yeah, or the fact that they just like fall by themselves. It's like hilarious.
I'm not scared of those.
Yeah, those are funny. There's that new one that stands up and then it like turns around, like it turns its like whole fucking body around.
The Tesla one or whatever.
No, it's a Boston Dynamics one. The Tesla ones were fake. Like there are people controlling them.
Oh,
that was confirmed.
Yeah, but with those you could like RKO them and shit, you know, and knock them down.
Yeah, true.
RKO.
I guess, yeah. Again, it depends on the AI. Because if it's Terminator, it's like, it's kind of scary.
Do you think we'll live in the timeline of AI, like superficial AI? Like,
yeah. That's happening in like 10 years.
Yeah. I watched this conspiracy theory video with like my friend because we were bored as fuck. And it was like, the time that like the highest AI power there is going to be like in 2065 or something like that.
I'm sure
like the most advanced
keep getting stronger.
Yeah.
But like a lot of the AI that's like out there is really just like a program. You know, it's just like an algorithm and they just call it AI, you know? Because it's like calling like the spell check in like Microsoft Word, like AI.
Yeah.
Because it's like automatically checking your spelling.
Text to speech, has been a thing for a while and they call it AI. AI is like a weird branding.
But then it's also like you have the ones that
it's machine learning that's the most, I think, authentic.
And you have the people that can like if it records your voice enough, then it can actually sound like you and stuff like that.
That's more predictive machine learning because
like
it learns what your voice is like, and then
like you have to put things into it to get something out.
Yeah,
like it's not just like developing,
but it makes extrapolations, and that's what makes it AI because it's machine learning.
Yeah.
But like text to speech, like it is right now, those are all pre-recorded sort of things, and they just piece them together. Which
my text to speech doesn't even like still work, bro. Like I will say something and it'll be something completely different than I said.
That's speech to text, but yeah, I know what you mean.
All right.
Text to speech is when you're like, hey, can you read this for me? And then it's like the nice Australian man or whatever, or the British lady.
In Dune, that's like a time that's like post AI, and they like are exclusively like analog, I guess, where like nothing is like there's like a downfall of the machines kind of thing. And then so I feel like we might get to that at some point, to where we realize like it's taking like too many jobs and things like that. But
you should watch The Creator.
You heard
that movie? Oh, you have?
Yeah, I watched it.
Good movie.
I sound like a stoner, but I watched it high and it was fucking crazy.
That's a good movie to watch high, I think.
Yeah. Also sober.
Yeah. I was like, this fucking under the influence.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was good.
I got high off the magic of movies.
Off of movie magic. My drug of choice.
We're so stupid.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
good questions.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Rena, for coming on. Email in. What are you more scared of? Zombies or vampires?
Or AI.
Email in at tradewaiterspod@gmail.com. Tell us what to read. Linktree in the bio. Like, comment, subscribe, stuff like that.
Thanks, Rena, for coming on again.
Of course.
Was this your 5th appearance or something?
I think so.
I don't know. Maybe more.
Cool. Maybe more.
Because you came on like last Halloween and last Christmas.
I think this might be my 6th.
And then you came on for something else. You
Harley
came on for
Quinn,
Deadpool and Harley Quinn. So is it 6?
6?
Maybe.
Damn, our 6th official episode of Trade Waiters.
Am I your favorite or what?
Basically.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, because you read everything the day of, and
Serena knows game,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, did you know I read everything the day of?
I read this yesterday, so.
Yeah. I just think I remember it better.
Yeah, I think it's fun. It's better. I mean, trades are kind of like watching movies, depending on how they're made, right? But it's fun to shotgun it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have the time.
That's how they want you to read it, really.
Yeah, if you have the time and you're not like, as long as you're not like rushing it, it's a really nice experience, I think.
Yeah.
So, pretty cool. But yeah, thanks for coming on.
Yep. All right, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.